right, everybody. I'm sure people will come pouring in the next couple of minutes. But for now, let's just take a deep breath and just show up in this room. Things have gotten really grippy in the stories of the world. So it might take a little extra letting go. But let go into this moment. You've done it a million times. Just a simple shift. And watch as everything that was so constricted starts to expand. Use your breath to slow yourself down. There's nowhere to get to. This moment is it. Show up in this moment. Take it all in. And slow yourself down to this moment. Nothing has to get worked out. Take this moment exactly as it is. Resisting it doesn't fix anything. It just blocks the flow to solutions. Some of you are feeling unstable. Because the astral world around you is unstable. There are chaotic tides moving through life right now. They've been going for a while, and they're going to go for a while more. And they come with this invitation to chaos. They create little eruptions in your health, in your world. They're expecting you to give it your attention and freak out. And that's what most people are doing. Which magnifies it. But it's just an invitation. If you can get a little space, a little time, you can shift your attention. It takes a little more concentration than usual because there are things pulling at it more than just your usual garbage. But you use your breath to stabilize your intention. And at first it requires that concentration to stay focused in the class you've been attending weekly for years. A feeling you know well. So at first it takes a little concentration. But as you continue, a buffer starts to build. And that buffer takes you from concentration into meditation. But if you've been running around like a crazy person, you might have to concentrate a little while to get there. A lot of people are running on fumes right now. And if you're sensitive, like I am, you're getting whacked left and right. Hard to keep a full tank. That's why you have to be able to consistently choose your placement. That ability to choose is the highest part of your human existence. Anyone who's made their way into a class like this has amongst their options the ability to choose the meditative state. All day long in the chaos, you're being told what to look at. And it's so flashy and so catastrophic that it traps your attention. None of that is a choice. You give up your choice in those moments and you actually become the chaos. One more unit of consciousness magnifying the chaos. And so you make a choice to shift so that that stability comes back. Can you feel that? That's the firm ground of the meditative state. The storm is so turbulent that you end up focusing on the storm and you forget that there's solid ground that's getting rained on. Let's create a buffer tonight. Place your attention at the forehead and the crown. Let your eyes just take in the entire room. Let go of the stories of life. And shift yourself to your breath. At first things will feel uncomfortable, and that's just the poisons that you've consumed mobilizing themselves so that they can leave. Just wade through it, it passes. Let's step into something real. Let the world be the world. Let the noise be the noise. Let the body be the body. You be the watcher of your breath. Have you ever had nothing to do? This is that moment. It's easy. So let easy things be easy. What if you just go ahead and let go? One of you right now, it's like you have your heart in a fist. Just go ahead and let that hand open right up. Let the blood rush back in. Feel the pain and then feel it move out. It's not making you any safer to have it closed off. Just watch the breath in this moment. Simple. Let go of the rest. That's it. Just let it flow. Attention is your great power. You can use it to make yourself miserable. You can use it to set yourself free. What you present for other people to pay attention to can be a gift or it can be a curse. When we move through dark phases, which happen, they've happened before, they'll happen again. But when dark tides move through life and things start to become more difficult for people, the world starts to fill up with a different feeling. It starts to trap more and more people's attention, which of course only empowers the storm further, which is fine. That's part of the mechanism. People grow from it. How does a spiritual person thrive during such times? Attention. They spend time every day protecting their attention, placing it on what's real, so that as they breathe, the energy and feeling that moves through their body is healing and can move things out and keep them stable. But then, when they enter the world, and it's a world of people who are suffering and struggling, they use their attention to find their road through that. I used to have a teacher who had the expression being one with the gift being given or received. A spiritual person, when they enter in and have to interact with these difficult phases and these dense bundles of stories that so many people are involved in, they concern themselves with what they need to give in order to make a positive difference. They don't concern themselves with the outcome. They just ask, what's needed of me right now in this moment? For me, what's needed of me right now in this moment is to sit down and give you something to place your attention on that doesn't make you feel awful. Something grounded, something real. And in most moments, that's what's needed. And so as you do that, as you find a way to be useful, rather than giving your attention to trying to solve the problem, you give your attention to the gift of the solution itself. You become one with the gift that you're giving. And the more you can do that, the more protection you'll have, against the difficulties. Don't get me wrong. If you roll around in the dirt, you're going to come home dirty. But there are meaningful spiritual paths through any moment. Life can shake things up in a way where maybe you don't know what your spiritual road through it is because maybe you're not experienced enough yet. But there is always a road through it for you. You just have to give yourself to it. The more you do that, the better people will feel around you. Also, the more you do that, the more people will need from you. But nothing's perfect. It comes down to choice. You wield your power of choice. You recognize that the entire mess of a world around you is vying for your attention so that it can magnify itself, magnify its agendas at a superficial level where everybody thinks that they're actually in control. And even at the deeper level, the energetic level, where life is doing its weird little clean out. It's all vying for your attention so that it can magnify the storm. What matters isn't that you give it your attention or don't give it your attention. What matters is that you choose. You can give it your attention. You can go be an activist if you want. That's fine. But you choose. So you're not a victim. And when you need a break from it, you choose. You shift. You drop every story you have about it. You let go of all your knowledge. And you find yourself right back here, where you can breathe cleanly. Because this moment, this backdrop that we come to every week here, this is what lasts. This is what's real. Everything else about you is going to come up and come crashing down into dust. So to worry about it getting bumpy along the way is kind of silly. If that's the new normal of the storyline, learn to work with it. It's not that different. The nightmares you could build out of what came before, they were just as bad. Just less invitations to do so. Any questions about any of that? Okay. Then let's just spend the rest of this session clean. Shift your attention to the simplicity of this present moment and just watch your breath in this moment. And just let that be enough. Let that build into a buffer around you. Let it all go. Any one piece of it is a doorway to the rest. So just let it all go. Leave it behind and cross over to a different shore. Let yourself relax in that new place. Make it home. Can you feel the shelter that creates? At first, it feels like you're denying what's real in order to feel okay. But actually, it's the other way around. In this moment, when you've removed the illusion of time and you've just slowed down to this moment, what's here is open, abiding, resonant, intelligent peace. And you can open up into it. And when you step back into the stress, it's going to take a story to make it happen. You're going to have to remember some storyline that'll build and build and build on itself. And cloud this place over. So what's real? This is what's real. The rest is a temporary, ever-changing dance of comparisons gone wrong. Taking one whole thing and pretending it's two separate things, and then making them fight it out. was not two things. That was just an idea. And if you step into this moment and you don't compare it to anything else, the whole storm parts. And you're somewhere safe. Okay, everybody. This week, you are going to remember that you are a person of power. And you're going to make some choices. Every day, for some period of time, even just 15 minutes, step out of the stories. The climate is such that we really can't afford to just drift around and hope for the best. You can't avoid them completely, but you need to be able to step out of them at will. Anyone here tonight has the power to do that, but you have to use it. You have to actually do it. Any questions before we end for the night? Joanna Gesundheit. All right, everybody. I'll be here next week. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you on Thursday.
Thanks, Liam.
Thank you. Night, everyone.
Thank you, Liam, so much. This was wonderful. Good night, everyone.